and let's get right into it. So section 1 is managing your bars, endurance, stamina, and unconsciousness. So you'll see right away there's a red bar there. That's our blood bar. We don't have to worry too much about that because it's all non-lethal rounds, trying to avoid void outs, of course, us and them. So we're not going to worry too much about that blood bar. Eventually we'll talk about the unconsciousness bar there, but we're going to talk about that light blue bar below it. That is your endurance bar. So your endurance bar is your short-term burst meter. Things like dodging. I'll go over all of this in a little bit. Things like dodging and particularly jump kicks, those have a huge impact on your endurance meter. So kind of think of your endurance meter as your turbo meter. You can't just mash, jump kick, and dodge endlessly because when you do, you'll stop being able to use or effectively use some pretty basic mechanics for combat. Now underneath that bar, you can see there's actually another bar. It's that dark blue bar. That's your stamina bar. I'm not going to touch a lot upon that. It's not huge for combat. It's more like the kind of drain you get after long trips with huge cargo. It is important to note, though, that if you did get into a combat encounter and your stamina bar is low, that means your endurance bar won't be able to pull as much. Basically, your endurance depends on your stamina. So think of your stamina as your fuel tank, manage it, or you'll gas out. Let's talk about refilling those two things. Again, with endurance being the more important one, all you have to do is just chill for a second. If you are low on your endurance, all you need to do is stay still for a moment and it'll get going and you'll be good to go. So that really is pretty friendly in combat. You won't have to like rest or run away for a long time, which is pretty good. In terms of your stamina, you can refill it with your canteen, just holding right on the D-pad and then going down here and equipping and drinking from your canteen. But again, you won't have to worry too much about stamina. Now, let's talk about the knockdown threshold or the yellow bar. So I'm going to go say hello to our friend over here, and he's going to help me show you that unconsciousness bar, and we'll kind of talk about how that works. So these guys all have rods, sort of electricity rods, and that's what they're going to use on us. And I'm just going to show you like what happens when he hits me. You see that yellow bar now? That's my unconsciousness bar, or my knockout threshold. Basically, they're doing damage right now, but it's not making me bleed. It's just getting me closer and closer to knocking out. Ooh, that one got me good. And so eventually what'll happen when they, fully knock me out is, all my materials will go to the mule and I'll be brought to the dump. And I'll show you that before we move on to talking about stealth mechanics. But essentially, getting knocked out means you drop your cargo, the fight's over. Most early knockouts happen because people burn endurance too fast or drain stamina. So you lose fights when you panic, burn your energy, and get overwhelmed. So manage your bars and stay on your feet, baby. Another quick thing about your endurance bar is that you get an adrenaline boost when you go into combat. So you can see outside of the combat area out here, I have 3 endurance/stamina bars. But as soon as I go into the combat area, I get an adrenaline boost. And you can see that now that I've got 4 bars.